Want to see more cool videos on the Hoko blog channel, so press this bell and enable to send notifications. In 100 years, airplanes have evolved from small and light devices driven by propellers to massive machines catapulted thousands of feet into the air by turbofan jet engines. But which of these technical wonders is the biggest airplane ever built? We all know that the Airbus A380 is the largest passenger airplane and will likely remain such for some time. Large aircraft can be measured in a variety of ways, including length, weight, volume, and wingspan. We'll consider all of this, but bear in mind that other planes could also have made the list when considering specific parameters. In this video we take a look at this and other big passenger jets, as well as cargo aircraft and some one-off developments. Number 1, A380 Airbus. In terms of passenger capacity, volume, weight, and wingspan, the A380 is the biggest passenger airplane ever built. The Boeing 747-8, as well as the future Boeing 777-9, are longer, technically built, but not yet in service. It has a maximum passenger capacity, exit limit, of 853. However, airlines usually use 400 to 550 seats. Such a large capacity displays a world-class engineering marvel. However, it has not gone as smoothly as promised for most airlines. Emirates is an exception, having made a success of the Super Jumbo with its hub-based approach, while other carriers have failed. The increased capability of twin-engine aircraft, as well as the change away from hub-and-spoke operations in favor of point-to-point operations, harmed the aircraft's potential. Several airlines' fates were sealed as a result of the 2020 events. However, with the increase in air travel demand, many of those who advocated for the double-decker's early retirement have brought them back into service. The 747 was the biggest passenger aircraft operating until the A380. This has been its defining feature since its inception in 1968. It was created in partnership with Pan American World Airways, Pan AM. The airline had found success with the Boeing 707 and sought to expand on it with a new aircraft that was more than twice the size. It was initially intended to have a full-length top deck, but this could not be accommodated due to safety concerns. Number 2, the Boeing 777-9. As test planes are currently in the air, it seems reasonable to add Boeing's future 777X. At little over 76 meters, the biggest type, the 777-9, will be the longest passenger airplane ever launched. It will also have a normal capacity of up to 426 passengers, which is comparable to the 747-8. We still have to wait a while to see the 777X in airline use. Development has been delayed due to engine problems and issues with structural testing. And production delays have also crept in due to the slowdown during the pandemic. Orders totaled 382 aircraft as of August 2022. Qatar Airways presently intends to take delivery of its first aircraft in 2025, while the carrier is hopeful that Boeing would bring the timetable ahead. Emirates is the model's largest customer, with 150 units on order. Number 3 in 124 Antonov. Unfortunately, the Antonov An-225 Mriya is no longer the biggest Antonov aircraft in service. Following Russia's invasion of Ukraine and the shelling of Gostomel Airport on the first day of the war, the Ukrainian six-engine Dream cargo-only plane rests among the ruins outside of Kyiv. The An-124, produced by the same company, is smaller than the An-225 but one of the largest commercially constructed freighters. It first flew in 1982, and 55 aircraft were produced. It was the heaviest commercially built aircraft until the 747-8 arrived. As of August 2022, according to data from ch-aviation.com, 122 and 124 aircraft are currently active. Most are operated by the Russian Air Force, and some by Russian cargo specialist Voldidnapper. Ukraine's freight specialist Antonov Airlines still flies 5 units, and UAE-based Maximus Air Cargo has 1. Number 4. Lockheed C-5 Galaxy. In keeping with big transport aircraft, the C-5 Galaxy ranks high in terms of size and cargo. It is a military transporter aircraft manufactured by Lockheed that entered service in 1970. It was inspired by existing successful transports, such as the C-130 Hercules, but required to be larger. It is larger than both the A380 and the N-124, being slightly more than 75 meters in length. It has a cargo capacity of 127 tons and offers in-flight refueling for extended range. It is still in use by the U.S. Air Force, despite the fact that other bigger transport planes have replaced it. The Boeing C-17 Globemaster, for example, is large but not as large as the C-5. Interestingly, Lockheed was also looking for a bigger successor. The VLST, Very Large Subsonic Transport, concept was presented in the 1990s but never realized. A passenger version would feature 2 decks, 4 aisles, and seating for up to 900 people. Number 5. Beluga XL, Airbus. The Beluga XL is technically not an aircraft type, but rather a modification of the Airbus A330. As a result, some may debate whether it belongs on such a list. However you regard it, it is one of the largest planes you will see flying on a daily basis. It is the largest in terms of volume. The fuselage volume is 2,209 cubic meters. For comparison, Boeing's Dreamlifter comes in behind at 1,840 cubic meters. Airbus has always divided aircraft production across many locations. To compete with Boeing, it was founded as a cooperation of numerous European manufacturers. The Beluga XL and its predecessor, the Beluga, were designed by Airbus to deliver airplane components. The Beluga, based on the A300 airframe, debuted in 1995 and was primarily utilized for A340 production. In early 2000, the Beluga XL, based on the A330-200, was introduced. Its increased size was required for bigger A350 components. Number 6. Dreamlifter by Boeing. Boeing's Dreamlifter is a modified fuselage transporter. The fuselage is based on an extended 747-400, featuring an innovative tail swing door allowing full access to the fuselage. It was built to transport Boeing 787 parts from suppliers in Italy and Japan, as well as places in the United States, to final assembly facilities in Washington and South Carolina. The first Dreamlifter entered service in 2007, and there are currently 4 in service. It is a huge aircraft but beaten by others regarding statistics. For fuselage volume, it comes in behind the Beluga XL. And while it is longer than the Beluga XL and the 747-400, it is beaten by the 747-8. Its 4-engine 747 base offers a much higher payload than the Beluga XL, but less than half that of the N225 while it was still operational. Number 7. Hughes H-4 Hercules. The Hughes H-4 Hercules was one of the biggest airplanes ever built, yet it was only a prototype. It is a flying boat transport that was built for usage during World War II. It can transport 750 troops or 2 30-ton M4 tanks. However, it did not take to the skies until 1947, after the war was over. It has the world's second biggest wingspan, 97.8 meters, and is powered by 8 Pratt & Whitney engines. It features a wooden fuselage to preserve metals during the war years, hence the nickname Spruce Goose. The only prototype flew test flights but never entered service. It is still maintained and shown at the Evergreen Aviation and Space Museum in Oregon, United States. Number 8. Stratolaunch. The Stratolaunch airplane is the last on our list in this video. The full name of Stratolaunch is Scaled Composites Model 351 Stratolaunch. This massive double fuselage plane boasts the world's longest wingspan, an incredible 117 meters. Don't forget the closest behind this was the Antonov N-124 at 88.4 meters. It was designed to carry a rocket, weighing up to 250 tons, between the fuselages for launch into orbit. Much of the technology, and its 6 engines, are based on the 747-400. The 2 fuselages are each 73 meters long, and the pilots sit in the cockpit on the right side. The left side is not pressurized and is just utilized for equipment. There have been delays to the program, most notably following the death of its founder Paul Allen in 2018. The new owner, Cerberus Capital Management, decided to shift the role of the aircraft to be a launch vehicle for reusable hypersonic flight research vehicles. After a 2-year delay from its first flight, the Stratolaunch flew again in April 2021. Recently, the 6th test flight of an aircraft was interrupted after encountering an unexpected test result. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy the video, please let us know by clicking the like button, do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the Hoko blog channel so that you can catch up with our next video.